Hey guys, Courtney here with Knowledge Well Media. It is March the 21st, 2020. The time now is about 9:45 a.m. I want to thank you for tuning in. Hey, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Right down there should be a button there to subscribe. And then once you subscribe, make sure that you hit the bell down there so that you can get notifications, any updates, or anything I post. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to hit a few points here on the news, things that I'm just going to hit, and then you can go and research them for yourself, fact check them, or whatever. Let me know if you find anything that's inaccurate, and I'll be sure to clarify and re-put it back out there correctly. Okay? Is re-put it out there? Okay, whatever. All right. So first of all, I got two sons of I think a lady here that are in the United States Marine Corps. One, the United States Marine Corps in California, and one in the U.S. Army in Washington. They have stay on base orders. They can't leave to go into town at all. Okay, so if they're living off base, they can go up to 100 miles, I believe it is. All right, so that's just something you can look into yourself. But just indicative of the times. Okay, the military movements and things. People are reporting that they're seeing a large uptick of movement of military assets and things like that. So you can look into that a little bit deeper. I'm just hitting key things that are going on around. All right, if they're living, also, sorry, bases sent home civilian workers. So military bases sent home civilian workers after a power outage. They said that once the power was restored, though, they noticed that their files on their computers and laptops were erased. And then once they were vacating, that some of them were saying that they were told they can't take their laptop. So obviously, probably for top secret information, especially civilian workers working on base. So BBC News is reporting that 1 in 5 Americans are ordered to stay at home. You may be feeling the ramifications of that yourself. I think the last report I got yesterday was that upwards of 30 states have stay-in-place orders. All right. So also something very interesting: 4 U.S. senators sold off their stocks after Chamber received classified briefing of the coronavirus. Something definitely to pay attention to when those up top are making moves that are irregular in relation to the coronavirus pandemic or what have you. So 4 U.S. senators sold off their stocks. Moving right along, 16,000 migrants from U.S. from U.S. to Canada, all right, that are seeking refuge were sent back to the United States, most likely in lieu of the agreement between Mr. Trudeau and Trump, where they closed off the Canadian-U.S. border. So that means you ain't going anywhere. I've heard lots of speculation about the wall that is being built by Trump. And most of us are looking at it as immigrants coming over into the United States. But I'm hearing a lot, the pounding on the ground that people are speculating that maybe this wall is not to keep people out, but to keep people in. All right. And we know that the Canada and U.S. border has now been closed down. And we can clearly see here, I believe this is BBC News. Yes, BBC News is reporting that 16,000 migrants from the U.S. to Canada were refused refugee status and sent back to the U.S., and that the border is closed after the agreement between Mr. Trudeau and Trump. That's BBC News. All right, so a couple other things I wanted to touch on are speculations that are going around. Some YouTubers and some people are analyzing and saying that maybe this coronavirus was to deal with the deep state. Maybe Trump, this is his way of draining the swamp. So that's something definitely to pay attention to. What say you? We should have that discussion. Do you have hope in what is going on? Do you think the good guys, the quote unquote good guys, are using this for their advantage, to restore the republic, if you will? What do you say? Put your comments down below. Let's have that discussion. All right. But I also, before I go here, I want to keep these short. Before I go, I wanted to put something out there that kind of that I kind of analyzed and in my opinion, could be substantial, and that is the corona. You ever think what a corona is? Okay. Well, I looked up corona. All right, and I'm just going to give you the skeleton of kind of what I've been looking into. But corona is actually, you remember an eclipse, a solar eclipse. If you've ever been through one, they tell you not to look up at the sun during when the moon completely goes in front of the sun. Well, that's because of the corona. They say that is perhaps many times brighter. It's the gases around the event when the moon goes in front of the sun. There's the light gas. Okay, and so that is the corona. Corona means a crown or a ring of light. Okay, so, and I also looked at the age that we're said to be in. We're said to be in the age of Aquarius. Well, I looked up what the age of Aquarius is supposed to suggest. I'm not an astrologer, or I don't really even study it, but I just found these correlations interesting. So the age of Aquarius suggests the age of enlightenment, or the hidden things coming to light, or revealing, revelation. So we're in the age of revelation, okay, in my opinion, based on what I've looked at. All right. So now imagine that the powers that be, the elite, the whatever you want to call them, imagine that they knew that we're in the age of enlightenment, where the hidden things are coming to light. I mean, you can see information being passed like never before with the different apps that you have, the internet capabilities and things like that from around the world. We can communicate instantly with many people around the world. We could share information such as I'm doing right now. I can reach hundreds of thousands of people, right? So imagine that the hidden things are coming to light in this age of Aquarius. And now remember the scripture says that in those times, the last days, whatever the cliche is, that the sun would be darkened. Okay. Now that can be symbolic. That can be, the sun is enlightenment. That's the word, light is in enlightenment, right? So let's say if they knew that we were in the age of enlightenment, they want to put the light out. They want to stem the tide of information, the flow of information. And that can be personified in the event of a solar eclipse, right? So why did they name this event, particularly here that we're dealing with now, the coronavirus? Well, the coronavirus would suggest to me that this would happen when the light, the sun, was eclipsed by darkness, right? And what happens around the hemisphere during a solar eclipse? Well, it's all darkness, right? So, okay. So these are, like I said, these are just a few nuggets that I've been looking into and analyzing, because I don't think anything is coincidental. All right. I think all things have purpose. I think the powers that be were put there because they were willing to go along with the narrative, and they were willing, and they had high status and riches and things like that. And so they do what they're told, okay, in exchange for whatever, money or whatever, power or whatever it is. Okay. So just wanted to put that out there. What do you think? Is that interesting to you? Do you think that could be a possibility, that the powers that be are trying to stop or put the light out, if you will, all right, causing a solar eclipse, which is the only time that the gaseous light around the sun, the crown, the ring, is visible, when the light is put out. So ergo, the coronavirus. All right. What do you say? Anyways, let's have that conversation. Let's pass this along to others. Let's see what they have to say. Maybe there's more than meets the eye, as the old Transformer slogan went. But this is Courtney with Knowledge Well. Have a great day. Make it a great day. And stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And hit that bell down below so that you get notifications at each time that I post a new video. All right, I'm going to get to work now. If you have any, if you want to contact me, you can contact me through the email at knowledgewell4, the letter U, at gmail.com. All right, thanks for tuning in. It's about 9:55. I want to keep these videos about 10 to 15 minutes. We're at 10 minutes now, so I'm going to let you go. Make it a great day. I'm going to make mine.